Gaya Gaya Putumaya. That's who we are, what we are. Filipinos, we love to imitate. We love to copy what others are doing. Don't deny it because this is our episode today. We're going to discuss the truth and nothing but the truth. Hey there, this is Glenda from the Philippines, and I'm welcoming all of you, especially those coming from other countries and who are watching this channel for the first time. This episode is about you, about the Filipinos, and also you who will be coming to the Philippines so you will know more about our culture. One of the traits that Filipinos have, which could either be good or bad for the Pinoys, is the trait of being a great copycat or imitator. Why is this good? Because, of course, it improves, especially if the person or what you're copying is progressing or doing well with his or her life, then you want to follow his track and you want to also correct your life, then that's good. You try to copy that person for your self improvement. However, there are times when too much of this copying becomes a big issue, especially when you copy a neighbor's business. See, that is what is happening here. A neighbor starts a business, let's say sari sari store. This is a very common business. It's a small business enterprise in the Philippines where you have something like a very small store that sells everything. So this neighbor all of a sudden has this idea of having a sari sari store in that neighborhood. So he starts this sari sari store. Another neighbor sees this because he probably has observed that the other neighbor who has started this business is doing well with that business, whatever it is, sari sari store or a piggery or whatever business. And the nature of business is to also put up a similar business to the consternation of the original business person who put up the business. He did it for the first time, and then here's another neighbor who copies this business and probably steals his customers. That is just an example. Um, Being a copycat or being a great imitator can be also very, very bad for us because that is a block that hinders creativity. Because when you simply copy, let's say, because we in the Philippines are so crazy about pageants, and then in these pageants you have talents, and so this person has created a talent for a certain contestant. Later on, you will say this exact or the same talent being presented by another contestant in another pageant. So what this other person, the talent coach supposed to be has done is just to steal the idea of the creator of that certain talent. So that's what we do. We steal, that's supposed to be a crime. Stealing is a crime. That's not good, especially without the permission. You just grab it and use it, and you don't even give credit to the owner of that idea. Okay, so that is one thing we need to minimize so that we need people who can create new things, who can invent new ways of solving our problems here. Because very often what we do is just wait for others to have this sort of idea. Oh, and then let's have it. That's good to a certain extent. Again, we do not overdo our uh, talent for imitating. We're so great at imitating. We mimic people very perfectly. We want to be this person. We want to copy his or her every ways, and then we do things that are based on other people's business, based on other people's life. As I have said, that will kill creativity, and we need people who are able to come up with fresh ideas every time. Because when we just repeat and repeat ideas and works and projects, and there is no improvement of the previous projects, of the previous work, then there's not going to be a lot of improvement around here in our society. So that's one thing about Filipinos. When you come, you're a visitor, you would notice that, oh, these Filipinos, they seem to have this, I'm guilty of it, blonde hair. And that's not supposed to be the nature of Pinoys. They're not supposed to be having blonde hair because it's only for, Caucasians. But as we have observed, as we know, Pinoys are great imitators. You want to look like their favorite celebrity or actor who has blonde hair, so they dye their hair. And they want to look like this and that. And so they do their best to also wear the stuff that this person is wearing. Sometimes it could lead to disagreement or fights because some people would say, why do you look like me? You're starting to look like me because this person would copy everything that you wear. That's not good. Also, you have to use this because if you don't, otherwise it's going to rust. So we have to think, find new ways of finding solutions to problems in our lives, in our community. We have to be creative, and creativity is something that we lack. What we do is just copy. So all of these inventions that we have today are mostly invented by other people, other countries. Filipinos, very little invention. I could only remember the invention of a certain Katan who invented the rat trap. Okay, the rat trap. And not much of inventions really, because what we do is we want to do the easy way out, and that is to just copy, copy. Even in science fair, when these students are supposed to come up with original projects, what they do is just actually copy what they see on YouTube, especially with the internet. You can get a lot of copy, a lot of ideas from there. So one time, a certain teacher, because we were doing a speech choir, this is an example. We were doing a speech choir and on a certain piece. So this teacher started to Google, to go to YouTube to look at the interpretation of others on this piece. And then she showed me, she called me, Mom, this is the interpretation. Here, look, this is the interpretation of this piece. So I said, okay, that's their interpretation. We will have our own interpretation because what we do usually is just to go to YouTube, go to Google, and copy exactly what these people are doing. I never do that. I never do that whenever I have a project or I create something. I do not go to Google to see what others are doing. You see, I want to create my own. They copy mine, that's a problem. The next time there's another task, there's another project, I create my own. I want to start. I want to be the original creator of certain task. Others merely copy. So it's not good to be a copycat. That means to say, you're no longer using this. A person who no longer uses this is as good as RIP, you're as good as dead. And we don't want that. Okay, so um, I think our foreign friends should understand this. why, for instance, a girlfriend or a wife would want something. So this could be one good reason why your wife wants to have this sort of car. Then you look around, maybe your neighbor already has it. That could be her motivation for also having this. Oh, I want this particular dog. Then maybe you would find out later on that her best friend already has that dog. So it's an attitude of Pinoys that we need to understand. We want to follow, we want to imitate, we want to be like the person that we probably like or admire. So that's it for today in Pinoyism. I hope there's a little bit of learning from this channel, and I hope you will also like and subscribe. I need more subscribers. Bye for now and see you the next time around, like I hope tomorrow.